Hello and welcome back to the Join Dota League Season 4 here on HeflaTV 2. This is going to be Game 3 of a best-of-3 series between Leviathan and Team Pineapple in the Division 1-2 lower bracket semifinals. I'm GrandSV, and once again, I'm going to be joined by Zen.
Hey. So, right now, Leviathan is in some trouble. I think Team Pineapple is having a really nice time right now in their whatever they use, maybe TeamSpeak or Skype. And I think Leviathan should drop a patch here.
Yeah.
With Jenkins on their side, I really miss the patch. And especially because Team Pineapple isn't very much experienced. They're not experienced to play against the patch, most likely. And a good played patch and Jenkins plays in the major packs is actually quite hard to play against as well. You need to have the right calls. And that's exactly what Team Pineapple was actually missing, even in the last game. The right perfect initiate, perfect timings, the perfect positioning. And that's everything that a patch is punishing. And that would be a very good call for Leviathan, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say no to a pudge, especially Jenkins pudge. We'll have to see how much faith they're going to put into it, and I definitely think that is a way about going for this game. By no means was game number 2 perfect by Team Pineapple, but they had just enough good team fights to where they're able to take the victory, and all it really took was one. Team Pineapple pretty much invested everything, or rather Leviathan, invested everything into Jenkins' Doom, and it just really didn't do anything for them. And we'll just have to see how this shakes down. As far as the picks are concerned, we're going to see a Centaur, Warner, and Vengeful Spirit for Leviathan. No big surprises there. And for Team Pineapple, it'll be the Brewmaster and Skarath Mage.
Yeah, and another problem, I think, is that actually Jenkins was going for BKB over the Refresher. And that was a mistake, I think. They could have really used the Double Doom. I mean,
they definitely could.
The BKB didn't have so much impact because the Luna was just harassing them so much with just physical attacks.
Yeah, you could pretty much see whenever he got off the Doom, there wasn't any ability for him to actually stay in the front line, at least for now. Minimancer is going to be a choice for Leviathan, so although it's not the pudge, they're going to be shaking things up with this Veno pick.
Yep. I mean, there still is some room for patch support, I guess, if they want to run a core Venomancer there, but it's unlikely, yeah. Man. 3 games, no patch. What's happening there?
Definitely.
It's not the Leviathan I used to see.
No, it's not the Leviathan I used to see either. Usually it was pretty much pudge all day, every day, but they are going to be taking things a little bit more standard, I suppose, although it's not Leviathan standard. For Team Pineapple.
Really? Standard? Venomancer? I mean, yeah.
It's a lot more standard than pudge, I suppose it's safe to assume. Well, Darkseer is
I don't think actually it's the case. Venomancer is not as much standard as pudges these days.
Maybe I'm just watching too much of like Denial, I suppose. We're gonna see Darkseer picked up by Team Pineapple, and one of those heroes that really has not seen very much play at all as of late, and doesn't combo the greatest with the Brewmaster and the Skarath Mage. I'm interested to see what they have in plan for this Darkseer.
Yeah, especially because they revealed it so early. I mean, Darkseer is obviously a good hero if you can get a like double wall and have a nice dragon tie there. But yeah, it's difficult. But Leviathan are actually doing them a favor with picking an anti-mage, I think, because anti-mage is having a really hard time against the Darkseer, who's having to stand against those iron shells all the time. They were not having the best supports to work against those creeps without attacks as well. And Darkseer is just making some work with the Wall of Replica there as well against the anti-mage, just jamming anti-mage mana if he runs into it. Could be a decent option.
Yeah, definitely. Although I do like what Darkseer is playing up against, I was going to ask what they're going to combo with, and it looks like we're going to see the Disruptor Darkseer combination, which can be pretty ridiculous if you're able to get the Vacuum, Full Kinetic Field, and Static Storm off. So definitely going to be looking forward to that, and I do like how these lanes are shaping up for them. Brewmaster, even if we see him going up against the Razor, he'll still be able to get his level 6 and have an impact of some sort inside this game. So let's see.
Yeah. Disruptor is also having a really good matchup against anti-mage.
Yeah, just an instant silence to come out, as well as the glimpse after the blink.
Yeah, and right now, I don't think actually Team Pineapple. That's the right. I don't think it's the right call to go for this strategy. It could work if it's perfectly executed, but it's always this if in the case, and it's hard to tell if they actually are able to bring down this huge of a team fight combination, because there are other teams that also have the opportunity to run this really good combination, but they don't, and there's a reason to it. So, yeah, there's a reason to it why Darkseer is not in the pool right now, and yeah, it's so difficult to land, and especially if you're Team Pineapple, you're unexperienced, you're not having the greatest positioning and play-by-play makers in your team, like we saw in game 1 and 2.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they're going to be able to put it together. It looks like it's going to be pretty high risk, high reward from them. As far as what their safe lane carry is going to be, still up for grabs. The Luna's going to be banned out against them. Respecting what we saw in the last game, and it would work decently well with what they already have brought to the table, but honestly I think they could go for pretty much anything they're comfortable with running. Let's see, for Leviathan, we're looking for a mid laner going up against a Brewmaster. It's pretty standard, or at the very least you probably know who you're going to be facing up against, so it's up to Leviathan to choose where they want to take this. They have a decent mix of team fighting initiation as well as damage coming out from their first 4 heroes, so they're pretty open.
Yeah, I think Leviathan needs an early game secure mid laner like a Viper or something who can just make space for the anti-mage. Ooh. Okay, core Venomancer.
Yeah, and it's going to be a mid Venomancer at that. Brewmaster doesn't have a great way to deal with all those Plague Wards and can be really annoying. And kind of function in a similar role to the Viper as far as the laning stage is concerned, although not as dominating. Last pick for Team Pineapple is going to be the Naga Siren for their safe lane. Another setup for this big AoE teamfight combination, so should be a pretty interesting game.
Yeah, but they're putting everything on one card right now.
They are. A lot of faith going onto the Naga Siren, and, well, for Leviathan, pretty much everything's on the back of Shredder, so it really feels like both teams going for this 4 protect 1 style of play.
But it's difficult. I actually don't think the supports this time are as good as they were last time. I mean, Disruptors, some were more defensive than the Ochre Magias, but they don't actually have the Ravage, they have the Darkseer, which is actually so much more difficult to land the ultimate and the... really having an impact into the game as well. But I guess he could just like try to annoy the anti-mage a bit on the off lane there.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how this all works out. On the dire side of the map, it is going to be Leviathan with Shredder playing on that anti-mage, supported by Vengeful Spirit by Nusham, and Enigma is going to be inside the jungle, played by Flying Zebra. Mid lane Venomancer by Shippy, and off lane Centaur going to be played by Jenkins.
Yeah, and for Team Pineapple, we have NS Art on the Darkseer, who's probably going to hand the offlane there, and 7N on the Skyroth Mage Bolo on the Brewmaster Tail, on the Naga Siren, and Cupcake on the Disruptor, and they're going for an early smoke again.
Interesting smoke as well. They drop it pretty darn late. Let's see, they might be able to catch out the Enigma if Flying Zebra isn't paying full attention.
Yeah, they want to block from camps.
Yeah, let's see how much they're going to be able to shut down. For now, the smoke hasn't been popped, but they're going to bump into Nusham as well. It's in the Flying Zebra long range.
Too deep. That's too deep.
They can't actually go for this, or maybe they're going to try to get the clap. And now with the glimpse back, this might be our first blood with the Arcane Bolts, and BBG going to draw it, although they drop low, bringing in Shredder with the blink in. He's going to be able to mop up one. That's a death on the Brewmaster. Gale going to connect on the Bolt Tail as well as onto the Disruptor. Shredder still going to town. This is going to be a secondary kill for Leviathan, picked up by the Vengeful Spirit. Now BBG. Oh, they're going to be able to find Cupcake, and that's going to be a 3-for-1, and that first blood definitely not worth it, especially since
devastating.
Shredder. It really is.
They should have realized that the net was too far in. They committed so much for the first blood and just threw away 3 kills, and they also didn't get off the best wards there. They have them back in their inventory, so they were unable to drop the observing ward here for the big camp in the Dire Jungle, and that's actually the most important ward you need to drop there.
Yeah, definitely. They are going to be able to drop 1 sentry, I suppose. Or rather, no, that was Leviathan trying to get out the sentries coming out from Team Pineapple. Either way, it is going to be a nice opener for Leviathan, although they are going to have to deal with this Darkseer towards the offlane. That's annoying and all. Shredder, being involved in 3 kills, picking up 1 already, is going to secure himself that Quelling Blade. to make this laning phase quite a bit easier for him. He is going to be pushed under his tower for a decent amount of this, but all things considered, this is looking really good for Leviathan. Mid lane, Venomancer versus the Brewmaster should be fine for Shibby. And bottom lane, Centaur isn't going to get completely shut down, although this is definitely the weakest link of Leviathan's laning stage.
Yeah, but also there's some problems there. So, yeah, the first thing is, if you want to run the Darkseer on the offlane, you most often... Ooh.
Shibby going to find himself a solo kill on the Brewmaster. No Plague Wards.
That was just happening?
Gale and Rundown. Yeah, Brewmaster...
I mean, why did Brewmaster just turn and thunderclapped and drunken blood at him? I mean, just right-click the fucking Reanimator down. What's the problem?
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea what happened there. I wasn't paying attention to that at all, and for that I'm sorry. I just was not expecting Venomancer to get a solo kill, but I suppose Shibby pulling out of the stops with this Venom mid.
Yeah. But, yeah, what I wanted to tell you is that if you want to... If you have to pick a Darkseer, it's have to be against a carry that's melee ranged and that doesn't want to go for any regen items for health regen. But that's actually not the case with Anti-Mage because he wants to go for the health regen there anyways for the MK. What? Battle Fury. Oh my god. Brain. Leg.
He is going to be going for that Ring of Health pretty soon, and he has plenty of regen to carry him through this early game. And so things are going to be looking fine for him, although under tower he is missing a little bit more than the Naga Siren, which is unfortunate for him, but that advantage is completely made up for the fact that he has a kill and Naga Siren does not.
Oh my god, Vengeful Spirit. He missed a little bit of the timing there, now he reveals himself under the tower for getting the kill there for Bolo.
Oh, but again, Bolo gonna get run down. That's going to be another kill for Shibby, this time with a little help from Nushin, but that's a killing spree for this Venomancer, less than 3 minutes in.
Yeah, he wanted to snag the courier, and he was so close to it, but he decided to go for the kill instead of the courier.
Yeah, it's definitely a conscious decision, and as a range hero with not much damage, I don't think he would have gotten that courier kill, or at the very least, it wouldn't have been guaranteed. Whereas that kill was
he had an Invisible Man.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, so he should be able to get off at least 2 auto attacks.
Yeah. Well, any other time we might have seen that, but still things looking really good for Leviathan in this early stage already.
Oh, and his art. That's hurting so much. Those 4 auto attacks from the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, it definitely is. Already draining a large chunk of his mana. He is going to have the Soul Ring to sustain this, but Shredder also already has his Ring of Health, so the Ion Shell Harass is definitely going to be mitigated for him, and already Team Pineapple are pretty much holding back for this Naga Siren. They kind of just need this Radiance to come out without a hitch, and if Leviathan are able to find any rotations and slow it down even just a little bit, that's going to open up this map very easily for them.
Yeah. They're so committed to the Naga Siren there. I mean, if the Bison is dropping some rotations there, especially if the Enigma is just getting his level 6 soon, and he will have some decent farm as well, having the Soul Ring now, maybe going for an early mech, they will have no problem to teamfight them. Even if the perfect combination is able to hit, they probably will survive it with a mechanism first online on the Enigma.
Yeah, definitely. Flying Zebra has currently been completely unhindered inside his jungle since they were able to get those D-words off. Ultimate mid spent by Shibby. They go for Bolo again, and my goodness, this Brewmaster, if his life couldn't get any worse, it's going to get a little bit more with 1 more kill going away of Shibby and a dominating spree at that. 7N going to drop a Silence as well as an Arcane Bolt, but that's just going to force Venomancer back towards base, or at the very least, to get a little bit more regen.
That's something that should never happen to a Brewmaster against the Venomancer. I mean, he doesn't even have boots. It's a major fault from him. He should have gone for the early boots instead of the bottle if he realized that he was going against the Venomancer.
Honestly, I think things just came off the wheels too early for the Brewmaster. If those first couple of kills didn't happen, I don't think the last couple would have, but yeah, Bolo just snowballing in the wrong direction, falling downhill very quickly. Level 5, whereas this Venomancer already at level 7, he's going to be a constant pain for the other team to deal with. Maxed out into the Venomous Gale. It's not a build we see very often, but my goodness, the damage it does is immense. 500 magic damage, although it takes quite a long time to deliver. Bolo is completely out of his lane, might even just die straight up to that now. A couple of lucky misses from the Drunken Haze are going to mean that he's going to survive at least for now, or maybe I spoke too soon. No. It's going to tick down once more, and Shibby, he's just going to run him down.
Shibi had the perfect ability to drop him there.
He's still going for it. Diving behind the tower, he's dead. That's it.
No, Shibi's going to die here, right?
No, I think Bolo is.
Yeah, too.
Bolo's gone.
Okay. Yeah, Bolo's going to die here, for sure.
Nothing he can
One
do
more
about
tick.
it.
Yeah, even gets another hit for the Plague Bot there. But I don't know, really. If you realize that you're going against the Venomancers actually not putting a point into the Plague Boards, you shouldn't go for Bottle, because when are you able to use the Bottle? If you want to like protect your tower from being pushed or so, you can't even use your Bottle because you are having this poison all the time. So you might go for the boots first as well and be able to escape some initiates with the gate. And right now he's not having the boots. The Bottle is not helping at all because he can't use it with the 3 times poison on himself.
Yeah, it's just not a good game to be the Brewmaster at all. In the meantime, they do get a kill on the center, so not all things are terrible for Team Pineapple, and they look for it again. Blimp's kinetic field doesn't snag him, so Jenkins should be able to run pretty cleanly out of this one.
Yeah, they got a fast mana boots there on the Disruptor, so that's something that's okay for a TP.
Yeah, after getting the first blood gold and getting the secondary kill onto the centaur, it is really nice for them. It's going to be a Midas for Leviathan on this Venomancer, and after
so scary.
Yeah, it really is.
He's even without the Midas, he's having the same amount of farm that the Brewmaster is, and with the Midas on top that.
He has better farm. He has the Wraith Band on top of boots, and Brewmaster doesn't have any boots.
Yeah, just a bottle here.
Yeah. It's not great. He has his split, but where is the opportunity to actually look for a gank here? Centaur is probably the easiest kill, but they'd probably get it without the Brewmaster rotating. It's just not.
I think actually they need to commit some supports to gank for the Venomancer.
Yeah,
they need really to pull them away from the Naga Siren, even if that means to let the Naga Siren alone. No, the tier 1 is that they need to rotate to the mid lane. Venomancer is an easy catch, even right now at this level. It's an easy catch. They might commit a support death or so because of the Poison Over if he wants to use it, but it's still worth it if you get the kill.
Yeah, just because of the raw amount of levels that this Venomancer has, and he's also sitting on a dominating spree. They'll TP back in with the Darks here to defend this tower, but that's not going to get a kill on Shivi, and there's also a Vengeful Spirit invised up here with Flying
and Darkseid is stopping down. Look at the damage, just of the level 1 Plague Boards. Oh, it's level 2 now, but...
They jump into Bolo. He can't get off his split. Black Hold! This is the saddest Brewmaster I think I've ever seen. Unstoppable spree for Shivi, and that's 8-2.
They could have saved him with the Ancient Seal. I didn't know why he doesn't use it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a real reason to hold on to it. Glimpse back onto the Enigma. They might be able to get Flying Zebra. No, they won't. Tower Aggro's over to the Eidolons, and that's all that they have. So, yeah, Leviathan get away with murder in the middle lane and just shutting down this Brewmaster so hard. Their saving grace is that Naga Siren is getting good farm, and she is going to be able to pick herself up a Relic at a decent timing. But then again, Anti-Mage is going to get his Battle Fury and farm at a pretty decent rate to top it all off. Fight potentially bring in mid. Magic Pistol into Bolo, however, that's going to cleanly disengage Leviathan.
The problem is that even if Naga Siren is having a really fast time on the Radiance there, I don't think actually the impact is as big as they hope it is. Because they have the Venomancer with a tremendous lead of XP, nearly a level 2 Poison Over, with the possible Aghanim Scepter rush there on the Venomancer. The Naga Siren with the Radiance doesn't have any HP, and for normally would go for the Manta after the Radiance, and then go maybe even for a BKB or some tankier items. So the Naga needs quite some time after the Radiance come out to be tanky, and the Venomancer is actually punishing that quite well.
Yeah, definitely. They'll be able to push down these towers. Radiant's career is going to die. Didn't see that, or how that went down. Where did it actually fall? It was actually just in the neutrals. They aggroed these, and they killed it off. So, never mind that. I didn't actually see anybody behind enemy lines, and that's why. Battle Fury completed 10 minutes in for the Anti-Mage as they look for a kill down towards bottom. With some help from the Venomancer, he's going to turn for a Gale onto 2, killing off 7, and pretty much on impact. They will be able to kill off this Centaur, as Cupcake's going to be able to get that one, but at the cost of his own life, and a wicked 6 spree for Shibi.
This Venomancer will have the fastest Aghanim Scepter I think I will ever see on the Venomancer in a professional game.
If he didn't go for the Midas, he'd have it now, which is scary. My goodness, and this is
still the Midas, yeah, good call.
Yeah, no, I really like the Midas.
Yeah, and if he will have it in the same time the Radiant will come out, and I think he will have it faster than the Radiance will come, the Naga will still die in any time. Yeah. They just can't fight. They are able to fight right now, and that's against the Naga Siren not the best setup.
Yeah, it really isn't, and that's completely ignoring what Shredder is going to be bringing to the table with his Battle Fury already done. He's going to be well on his way towards some pretty scary items. Blink Dagger halfway done for Jenkins. We're going
I don't think they need
for
him.
Enigma.
They can just like let Shredder farm alone in the jungle and none on the lanes all the match.
Oh yeah, of
and
course.
Just play S4 with the Venomancer ulti and the fast Item Scepter rush there on the Venomancer. Just getting towers, and besides getting towers, letting Shredder solo farm.
Yeah, there just really isn't any pressure on Leviathan. Team Pineapple, what do they actually do? Right now they have a Darkseer that doesn't have enough levels to really make use of his combo.
Mech comes online for Enigma, so now is the time that Shibby nearly has his, just 1.7 gold, K gold from the items away.
What's the plan here, Bolo? He is going to get some TP support, but he doesn't have ultimate mana. There we go, after a couple of stick charges. They are going to slow down Shredder, but a blink away is going to keep Shredder just fine.
Yeah. Still, it's 1k for the Naga Siren to have the relic. And that's just a relic.
Yeah,
like 22 minutes or so for the Radiance, it's too late.
Yeah, it's not bad farm by any means, but the Venomancer
in this case, it's so lame, yeah.
Yeah.
Venomancer just needs 900 more gold for his Arcanum Scepter, and if he's having a level 2 ultimate already, so that's like May.
Yeah,
wait,
and if he lands the Gale and the ultimate onto these people, they're going to die straight up from that. There's actually nothing they can do.
He just needs to focus the Naga Siren, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could even blow the ultimate just for the Naga Siren. If they manage to get a kill from it, they could do it all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, with 100 seconds cooldown, if he reaches level 16, to just 5 more levels there for the Venomancer. It's so scary. He kills the Naga Siren with an additional dot and the ultimate in about like 10 seconds.
Swap onto Shredder. They are going to be able to keep this anti-mage a little bit safer, but a long glimpse back. They might be able to yet turn onto this kill. He is going to get some backup, but not enough. Blink up towards the north into the Brewmaster and his split. One crit, but Shredder's still going to survive. And now with the magic missile turn onto Bolo. Bolo going to straight TP out of this one. And he is going to be able to succeed in doing so. The Venomancer coming in from the south. Looking for this Disruptor. No TP on this Disruptor. He's going to get Magic Missile turns for the Static Storm. Going to drop that onto the Anti-Mage. With a little surge help from the Darkseer. Still not going to be enough. It's a monster kill for Shibi's Venomancer.
Yeah, that's the Arcanum Scepter right now.
Ridiculous.
So, he even reaches level 12, so with like 3 or 4 more usages of the Midas, he's max level ultimate. Oh,
that insult to injury. Yeah, NSR's going to be dropped. Leviathan, throughout all of these games, it really feels like Shibi's kind of been the standout player on his Pokken game number 1 and now on his Venomancer game number 3. Things are looking really smooth for them. It's really hard to count out a team with a Naga Siren, but if there ever was a game to do so...
I would call it out. I mean, the Venomancer is too big. Even if the Naga Siren catches a nice Radiance timing, it doesn't help because she's still very squishy and she cannot team fight, especially not against the Venomancer, Arcanum Scepter, Poison Over.
Yeah, I think that's definitely fair to say. They're going to try their best, can cast a shot onto Shibi. He gets the Gale off first, now silenced up. Shibi, he swapped out, and he can't get off his ultimate, but for now, the silence, it's going to wear off. There's the Nova onto pretty much everybody, although it's not agonimed up, they're going to be able to vacuum back, ending the killing spree and killing off the Vengeful Spirit. They are going to lose one, and now a double kill to Shibi from beyond the grave, but still worth it for Team Pineapple.
Not the best team fight, but he wanted to use his ultimate so bad. He should have waited for the Aghanim Scepter, to be honest.
Yeah, he probably should have. That is your blink up on Centaur as well, so Leviathan are still looking good, but that's Team Pineapple getting quite a large boost of gold. Not exactly sure how much, but it's very important. And Darkseer is going to make a little bit of a build decision change, and he's going to go
He wants to pull a hood. Yeah, the pipe, yeah, with the hood build there, but... Oh, that's a close call, because the boosted level 3 Poison Over with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade is bursting the pipe in seconds.
Yeah, but at that point you kind of just need to take anything you can get, I suppose. There is your Aghanim Scepter up from the Venomancer, and that is 400 HP that they wouldn't have otherwise. It's not a choice that you necessarily want to make, but what's the alternative? Just build...
I mean, just not build it, just build something else. Maybe Blink Dagger could be good way to just like prevent getting initiated, make it on your own. I don't know, the pipe is a strange call, because the pipe, of course, takes out some damage, but the Venomancer ulti with the Aghanim's upgrade is lasting for so long, and it takes out the pipe in like 1 or 2 seconds, I guess.
Net down on bottom onto Shredder, but that's really doing nothing. Shredder is going to be able to back off, and that's going to be your Yasha completed on top of his...
Shredder might die here.
Bolo in the meantime, he's going to be forced to use the split. Shibby going to be caught up by the kinetic field, but not much. Centaur ultimate to disengage is going to keep everybody safe. Glimpse back in the Stag Storm onto Shibby. Pretty high priority target. He's going to be able to get Cupcake at the very least before falling. And now let's see if he's going to be able to make turns for Master Ultimate. He is going to come back to his normal form, and now Bolo in a whole heap of trouble with the double edge coming out from Jenkins. That's going to be the kill. Mystic Floor completely whiffs, and now 7N has been off way more than he can chew. We should be coming in. They'll blink in with the Anti-Mage, and that's going to be an easy kill onto the Skywrath Mage. They bring it over in the sidelines. Darks here, but what can he do but watch? It's going to be 3 for now as Leviathan come away with nothing but a win.
So much behind.
Yeah.
12k gold. Nearly 7k XP.
It's just a vertical slope down.
Game is so over. I mean, look at it. Shibby's nearly level 16. And yeah, we did just only see one ultimate, and that was without Aghanim's upgrade. And not the best as well, because he was just there with a vengeful support.
Yeah, right now, Leviathan, just the threat of these big spells is pretty much enough to stop anything the Team Pineapple have at their disposal. Right now, the only hope is that
the
Leviathan,
perfect combination.
Yeah.
The perfect combination of TP is the only hope left. And they're lucky to have some, but I think they would have been better without drafting.
Yeah, right now, Nusham is going to need quite a bit of damage from the Radiance that is completed up on tail, so... Yeah, right now it's just all about the combination. This doesn't help. NSR is going to be dropped. They have to commit the ultimate from the Venomancer for it, but that's another dominating spree for Shibby, as he's currently 12-1-4. There's just no stopping this Venomancer.
Man, there was some overcommitment.
Probably.
Yeah. So they could at least continue the push on the bottom lane as well as the top lane without having anything there to fear. The Radiance is online, but it's so late. They need to have the Naga Siren going for Heart of Tarask's raid. They can't afford to have a Mantra on the Naga Siren this time.
Yeah. And honestly, she needs more than just that Heart, but Heart is a necessity that she really doesn't want to go for. And for every item that she's picking up, Shredder is picking up too. This is an anti-mage that, even though that Radiance timing isn't bad at all, Shredder is just picking up a little bit more. Vladimir is offering Battle Fury, and now Yasha flying out to him on the career. He's
even Shibby is farming faster.
Yeah.
And that's surprising.
Well, considering he's 12-1-4, I don't think that's super surprising.
I mean, it's surprising that he was able to bring this show, yeah.
Just from pretty much minute 0, getting a solo kill on the Brewmaster consecutively.
It must have been some misplay, man. It must have been some misplay
from
really
Brewmaster. They are going to be able to find a kill on the Venge, but that's all that they've gotten in quite a long time. Even if you take off the Venomancer from the equation, erase him from the network chart, it's still looking scary. They're going to be trading...
I think they can push base after this.
Yeah.
They don't even need the completed Manta on the anti-mage, because they're not reliable. They're not really even reliable for the anti-mage to do damage, because they just have the Venomancer out there, and the eventual Venomancer ultimate to do the damage. They don't need Shredder to do it.
Yeah, they don't. And honestly, that's probably their safest way of going about this game. Just straight up in and out.
Such a wrong game, man.
It really is. Shredder's going to get a little bit more acceleration. He's farming up an ancient stack. It's going to cost him a decent amount of HP, but he's more than willing to take this risk. Or, at the very least, get that extra farm acceleration. They will probably wait for the completed Manta on the anti-mage just to be safe, but they don't need to. Boots of travel up in the Naga Siren are a necessary deviation, but really Naga with less than 1200 HP. Venomancer is able to kill her pretty much by himself very easily with just the ultimate, and then any form of lethal damage is going to kill off tail.
Yeah, the Centaur already has the 4-star right now, and the Venomancer with the Boots of Travel. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
He's nearly max. If you could just like get a refresher, maybe.
They will glimpse him back, dropping him low with the Mystic Flare. 4 staff away is going to avoid a little bit of this damage, and Shibby's dropped low. but definitely not low enough. He'll be able to regen that HP sooner rather than later.
My god, he was tanky enough to kite around that initiate. So dangerous. Yeah, but I think the Vial of Discord would be the best option here.
Yeah, I definitely think so, and it looks like Chibi's of the same opinion. He's going to pick himself up a Null Talisman towards that Veil, and he will be able to have that, joining in this fight immediately in towards the mid lane, as they do have those boots of travel. Tier 2 tower is going to fall in the mid, and they are defending up towards top with the Vengeful Spirit as well as the Centaur. Although it costs them a decent amount of their HP, nothing but wins, really, for Leviathan, even though nobody's actually died. Son looking for this perfect initiation coming out from Team
Chibi's
Pineapple.
not in it. They can't go for it.
And they're going to try against it. BKB comes out from Flying Zebra. Solo Black Hole onto Bolo. Bolo going to be dropped in a heartbeat. And the career also dies. They fly it just straight into the arms of Shredder. Shredder dropping low, but he has the Aegis, mind you. He doesn't actually care. And now jump in by Chibi. Gonna get his ultimate onto 3. And just look how fast they fall. That's dirty how much damage. Pipe eating through immediately. TP into the base coming up from Scarlet Mage. He dies to Chibi. Now Cupcake also going to suffer a similar fate. There's no lethal damage onto him, however. He's just dropped to 1 HP. Even Tail ticking inside the well is going to survive on mere fractions of his HP pool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, did you see the pipe? Just
Yeah, it was gone.
and it bursted in just like 2 seconds. Just gone. And there was like 30 seconds of the Poison Nova left.
Yeah.
So, impact 0.
Yeah, not really. Chibi's going to have that Fail of Discord. If that damage wasn't enough, he is going to have that completed. Anti-Mage's Aegis is going to wear out, and at least for now, Leviathan is going to have their push stymied a little bit, but still, just with the passive gold that they're gaining, are getting such an advantage over Team Pineapple, and faster than they can even hope to make it up. 20,000 the gold advantage, and similar in the experience, a little bit less so at 17,500. Naga Siren still working towards the Yasha, just going for the standard build, but it really doesn't feel like it's going to cut it, as we kind of already touched on. Leviathan, I think it's only a matter of time before we see the next fight, and Team Pineapple really just need the miracle initiation, and that one wasn't it.
Yeah.
As long as Venomancer sits back, he's...
That's a problem. I mean, you have such huge cooldowns on this epic teamfight initiates, and look at Shredder, he's aggressively blinking into 4 heroes there and getting away with it, so... yeah. I mean, there was a time in the meta where these epic teamfight combinations were kind of a big deal, and they might work for pop storms and shit, but they won't work against a team like Leviathan, for sure not. Especially if you don't hit them perfectly, and Leviathan is able to position themselves pretty well against it, so...
Yeah, definitely. Flying Zebra right now going to be working towards an Aghanim Scepter, probably because he can. There's really nothing that Leviathan desperately need. A pipe on their team would pretty much stop 90% of the damage coming out from Team Pineapple from the Radiance, Burn, and what have you. It's really scary. Leviathan, they're under really no pressure. They're just going to take this slow and steady because they can. It looks like pipe is going to be the order of business for Jenkins.
Yeah, just pushing a tier 2 there, and I don't know, they could just like go base right now, because they still have the Aegis. It's wearing off in some minutes, but they could use it to push
it's wearing
high
off
ground.
in some seconds. It's pretty much already gone. Venomancer ultimate going to be committed. They look towards mid. Song from Tail is going to bail him out a little bit.
Oh, he needs to
already
TP out. Cupcake needs... He might die
dead.
here.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
see how much damage it does. 1, 2 more ticks. I think he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Rip it
Dice in the
pieces,
fountain.
Disruptor. And now Brewmaster back in his normal form. Going to be stunned up by Nusham. Blink in.
Ooh,
Jenkins
Shredder.
going to be able to mop him up.
Shredder barely to escape the top lane there.
Yeah. And he gets a tier 2 tower his way. Leviathan, they don't even need to take these very clean engagements. They can afford to play things a little fast and lose.
The best thing is that I didn't hit the perfect Chibi ultimate till now. I think if Chibi hits the perfect ultimate, or at least a good ultimate with hitting 4 people, that's the end of TP.
Yeah, it really feels like it. The benefit of having the level 16 Axe ultimate means that it's going to be up in 60 seconds. So he's going to have that in 2 seconds. TP. They just really don't have an opening to fight. These Naga illusions are going to be mopped up by Centaur and company, so that's pretty much any hope of them actually counter-pushing. Naga Siren is going to be pushing out top as best you can. But as soon as Leviathan bring everybody back into the fray, they can probably just force down high ground. Right now, Team Pineapple have
Yeah.
none of their ultimates up for 40 seconds on most of them, 10 seconds on the Disrupt roll, which will probably
If
be up
Enigma
for the
would
next
go
fight.
there, if the Enigma would go there, they wouldn't even need Shredder in the meantime. Shredder could just like deep push against the Naga, and yeah, they could even fight without Shredder.
Yeah, they probably could, which is scary. Shredder, in theory, should be the most important part of the fight for Leviathan, but really, it's all about Venomancer and his R button. If he's actually able to get that off onto...
I mean, what do you want to do
targets.
against it? He's just so ahead, and BKBs don't work against it. So the only thing they have is a Brew Spirit, and everyone else dies to this ultimate because he's just so farmed. You can't really do anything against the farmed Venomancer. You maybe only just like kill him before he pops his ultimate. That's the only option.
Yeah, and there's really not a way that they can do that. Maybe, just maybe, they can get a silence in from the Skywrath Mage, and if they burst him down perfectly, they can, but between
Blink.
Force Staff play and...
He will stay black. He just stay back until he finds the perfect situation where he jumps in.
Definitely. I don't think there's really another option for him. Really, their only hope is that Chibi misplays, and that's really not an option for them. Even if they kill him once before he gets off his ultimate, he has Boosted Travel buyback if things...
You're going
really
for the Manta. I don't think that's the best decision there.
Yeah.
They would have needed the heart better. I mean, Manta still it's okay. It's the best item to go for damage, but
well, at the very least, they get the pick off onto the Venge.
And he's dead. He needs to use Primus Spit. Does he?
Yeah.
No, he will die.
Unless he splits, he's gone. Wanted to hold on to it. That damage is absurd. It really is.
So, yeah. I mean, Naga Siren's damage is okay right now, but she still only got 1.4k HP, and the Brewmaster got 1.7, if I was right, and we just like died instantly against the Baromancer, as we see.
Even in well. Like, it's so sad. Boots of travel in from the Naga Siren with Song activated, trying to catch out Chibi. Not gonna happen. Chibi just casually walks it off.
Yeah, the good thing is that I don't think they have spotted it.
Yeah.
The creep wave was pushed, and I don't think Chibi realized there was a sound going on. Because the sound actually is toggled off if you TP to somewhere.
Well, Team Pineapple are going to pick up a gem on their Skywrath Mage, trying to gather any amount of map control that they can find, which I suppose is an okay move for them right now. This game lies on a razor's edge. It pretty much relies on Leviathan making a mistake if Team Pineapple want to make a comeback in this game, because this is a pretty important game when it comes to the standings of JDL, at least for the next season. They are going to keep on playing this, but it looks grim at best. We'll have to see. I'm hoping that Team Pineapple can at least show a good team fight. It would be terrible to just be sitting here for the last 10 minutes in a passive game and then just have a stomp.
I just enjoy my time watching a Venomancer who's feeded.
Just watch him press R and everybody melts.
Yeah, I mean, the bad thing for Leviathan is that they still, if they win, need to play against Boreal, it seems like. And that will be hard, really hard game.
Yeah, it definitely was. It's what sent them down to the lower bracket in the first place. But now with the double life onto Shredder, Leviathan, all of their cooldowns up, I think this is pretty straightforward for them to group up and look for a push down a lane. Currently paused because of flying Zebra. Why we're pausing? Not exactly sure. It would be nice if they'd actually tell us, but for now, we're just gonna wait.
Gonna pet the puppies, man. Gonna pet the puppies.
Absolutely. Well... Huh. What else is there to talk about?
Well, I don't think there's so much to talk about, because this game is quite over. I mean, Naga Siren is having some gold, so there might be a potential for a comeback, but it's so little. I can put it in my pocket as little.
Yeah, it's definitely very slim, and well, let's see. Right now it looks like Leviathan's plan is just to barrel down mid lane or bottom lane and look for the high ground push, and Team Pineapple, what can they do to stop this? We'll have to see how the Leviathan positioning actually goes into the high ground push to see what the opportunity is, but ideally, if they're actually going to win a fight, let's say they catch a 5-man song on everybody clumped up on Leviathan to where they can get everybody vacuumed into a wall with the Static Storm kinetic field. What then?
They have still a problem, because they will not be able to handle the anti-mage in the late game, even though they have a Naga Siren. because the anti-mage is having the Battle Fury and the Naga Siren illusions will just pop immediately right now.
Yeah.
Even in the next 20 minutes, I think the anti-mage will pop them immediately.
I think that's fair.
And yeah, a solo Naga Siren cannot outcarry an anti-mage.
And even if they do get that combination off, even if they win a team fight, winning a team fight,
they can't push base. I mean, they need everything ready on the Naga Siren. They need the illusions. They need the Mantis style to push down a tier 3 tower, and then they might even be able to contest the Rex there with one buyback or so, and another Venomancer already ready at that time.
Yep.
And they probably will have theirs on cooldown.
Definitely. And with Leviathan currently sitting on everybody having buyback except for the Anti-Mage, who just bought a heart, and he'll have that in just a couple of seconds. And the Vengeful Spirit, who probably doesn't need it. If they buy back and look for a push after the fact, when Team Pineapple don't have their ultimates, their chances of winning a fight are slim to none.
Yep. So, what's going on here?
Well,
what's the actual reason why we pause? No one knows. As I say, got to pet the puppies.
Yeah, I mean, that's as good a reason as I can think of.
Yeah, we got the technology. Got some mock roads.
Well, are we really at the time where we have to talk about cosmetics? Let's see.
It's a cosmetic time again. Okay, let's see. I'm always interested in Vengeful Spirit sets, but that's actually an ugly one. So I don't want to talk about that. The anti-mage is also ugly because he's not having the mouth protection there, the old model. I don't like new things.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's not really much to talk about when it comes to sets. Naga Siren looks fine. Hey! We have a game. We've been saved by the bell. Okay, let's see how this last push comes out from Leviathan, or potentially last push.
Ooh, Blink Enigma.
Yeah.
That's the last keyframe to sum it up.
It really is. Blinks on pretty much everybody involved except for Vengeful Spirit. She has the 4-staff.
That if you want to use a combination that needs to have everybody clutter in one place, you are also cluttering in one place, and that's a perfect setup for Enigma.
Yeah, it definitely is. And you have follow-up galore from the Veno as well as the Centaur. Well, let's see how this goes down. There's your heart fresh on Shredder. He's going to have buyback as well, or at least yeah, he has buyback guaranteed. So let's see, Pipe popped and Leviathan gonna go high ground. Shredder up, chipping away at this tier 3 tower, and now they jump in. Centaur Oath Stomp on the back lines. They focus down 7M. They're going to be able to get the Static Storm, but the song, it's going to be popped and then completely ignored. They vacuum all back, but they don't jump the wall. Black Hole going to fit it onto everybody with the Venomancer ultimate. Now they're cleaving him down. Anti-Mage going to town. That's going to be a double kill. They get the kill off with the Venomancer, and that's going to be GG. Nothing else in the tank. That last fight couldn't have gone any worse for Team Pineapple.
The GG Black Hole, man.
It really was.
Oh my god, what an end.
After such a long period of passivity, just that one fight to rule them all.
Yeah, I really think they could have done that 50 minutes earlier, but...
Still, play it safe, and it's going to be a Leviathan taking a 2-1 victory over Team Pineapple and going further on towards their spot in a position 1 in JDL, or season number 5, which is the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you like the casting you see here, you can follow me at GrandestV and him at ZenPlays, XenPlays. And for the label as a whole, HeflaTV is where you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and here on Twitch. And the VODs will be uploaded to youtube.com/HeflaMoke in a couple of hours after the stream is down for good. So thanks for watching. We might have some more Dota coming up in the near future, but at least for now, that's going to be it from JDL. So hope to see you soon.